Today is Tuesday, October 11th, and this is Citrus TV Now. It's currently 65 degrees and sunny here in Syracuse. I'm Peyton Spellacy. Here's what you need to know. The Maxwell School is hosting a new exhibition featuring advocates for social justice through American history. A Conversation with George Washington features prints of figures like Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass from artist Robert Shetterly's collection. The exhibition is part of the Maxwell School's initiative to make the school more representative of its diverse community. The university is planning to add 5 signs around the outside of the dome. The primary sign is a 32-foot tall JMA wireless sign that will sit at the top of the dome. 3 other smaller signs will also line up outside. In addition, the university is planning a monument commemorating Carrier and its $2.75 million donation in 1980. New York Attorney General Letitia James warned a federal judge to keep the concealed gun carry law in effect. Several provisions of the law were struck down as unconstitutional, including one that requires gun permit applicants to disclose all of their social media accounts. In a statement, James says common sense gun control is critical in New York's effort to reduce gun violence. And Mayor Ben Walsh has tested positive for COVID-19. In a tweet earlier this morning, the mayor says he is dealing with mild symptoms and will stay at home. Walsh urged the community to make sure they're up to date on their COVID-19 shots. Onondaga County currently has a medium COVID level, according to the CDC, downgrading from a high last week. The CDC predicts a surge of cases this winter. And earlier today, a carbon monoxide leak at a Pennsylvania daycare center in Allentown poisoned 30 children and 4 adults. A malfunctioning heating unit and a blocked ventilation system caused a leak, forcing the building evacuation. The victims are now in stable condition, and the daycare is taking careful precautions, including installing a new carbon monoxide detector. And coming up, the UN is considering Russia's recent attack on Ukraine as a possible war crime. More after the break.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
The UN is considering the recent Russian attack on Ukraine as a war crime. Missiles and munition-carrying drones killed at least 19 people in a widespread attack earlier today. The G7 also condemned the attacks, saying they will continue to stand firmly with Ukraine. In a statement, the G7 says, quote, indiscriminate attacks on innocent civilian populations constitute a war crime. The International Monetary Fund says the worst is yet to come for the world economy. The IMF cited global conflicts, pressure from inflation, and lingering effects of the pandemic in their prediction for the economy's growth. According to the chief economist of the IMF, the economies in the U.S., China, and Europe are stalling and will make 2023 feel like a recession around the world. And today has been surprisingly warm. A warm day here in October for Syracuse. Here with more on the weather is Peter Elliott. Peter?
Peyton, that's exactly right. Unseasonably warm here in Syracuse for the middle of October. Look at that temperature, almost hard to believe. 69 degrees, 6-mile-an-hour winds. And as we move on later tonight, it'll only drop 10 degrees and the winds will stay right at that temperature. So really manageable temperatures here for this time of year in Syracuse, New York, and we're staying dry, so no precipitation overnight. Quick look at your three-day forecast. The day to watch is Thursday. It'll rain a lot. Peyton, I'll send it right back to you.
Thanks, Peter. And coming up on Live at 6, some archived materials from the Pan Am Flight 103 have been labeled offensive. Citrus TV's John Perrick reports. That's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV Now. For more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter. I'm Peyton Spellacy. Have a great evening, Syracuse.